Hey guys, how you doing today? Again, I know we've been talking over and over for the last 10 days with you guys personally, each and every one of you, with this merger with Keller Trucking and Everhart Trucking. Been telling you how great things are going to be. Nothing, what you guys do in your every day-to-day basis, life is only going to get better. But I want you to hear it from the guy that I've been working with since June about 2013, so that we can make sure that you guys understand, not only from me, but from Brian Keller as well, how much of this is going to be such a positive thing going forward for not only for Everhart Trucking and for Keller Trucking, but for everybody that's involved in all aspects, customers as well. And again, I just want you guys to understand in the deepest part of my heart how great this is going to be for both teams going forward. Again, I want to introduce to you now Brian Keller.
Thank you, Kent. Welcome, Everhart employees. We're so excited to have this new venture of Keller Trucking powered by Everhart. When Kent and I started talking and we started, I knew that there was a great fit between us. We were both had the same value system, run our companies the same way. When looking through all the due diligence, I come to learn what I believed was true, that Everhart runs a really good operation. Looking at claims records and stuff, you guys are a safe fleet. I met with your customers. They're all extremely happy with Kent Everhart and you drivers, and they want him to do more. There's a big capacity issue out there right now, and our customers are crying for capacity, and we need to solve that problem for them. The best way to do that is for us to come together and take two really great companies and make one and grow the business so we can satisfy our customers. Kent's going to stay on board and help me do that. Just welcome to our new company, and good things are going to happen. I'd like to introduce John Wolfram, our Vice President of Operations.
Thanks, Brian. My name is John Wolfram. I run the day-to-day operations for Keller Trucking. I've been working with Kent and Austin and the crew through this transition period. I'm very excited for both of these companies to join and create one great company. I think there's a ton of potential, and I'm really excited to see what the future brings. We're going to sit down now with Kent and Brian and have a question and answer session to try to clear up any questions moving forward, and want to give you all a good roadmap for what the future is going to hold with Keller Trucking powered by Everhart. Let's start off by having Brian and Kent tell us a little bit about themselves and the history of each of their companies.
Yeah, John, thanks. I actually started working for my Uncle Tom back in 1988, working summers while I was at college. He had me work a half day in the accounting department or the operations area, and then the other half day out in the shop. Once I graduated from college, I went to work for Tom full time in 1990. We had 20 tractors at that time. There was 3.5 office employees. In fact, when I visited Kent the first time, I thought, oh my gosh, this is how we started out. You know, we were very lean and mean at that time, and often would, dispatch during the day and have to go load trailers at night for our drivers to keep them rolling and efficient. I knew to have a sustainable business that where Keller Trucking could be my career, that I'd have to grow the business, diversify it. We were 98% automotive then, running a lot of multi-axle trains up into Michigan, hauling automotive parts for General Motors, and then we'd bring particle board back out of Gaylord, Michigan to Sauter Woodworking. We made good money. I mean, it was good freight, but we just needed to do more than just General Motors, and so through a lot of efforts, I couldn't get it done in the trucking side, and saw an opportunity to add warehousing. We were hauling insulation outside of Defiance, and I knew if I put a building up that Johns Manville will fill it, and with building that building, they did take it, so now we had two big customers, General Motors and Johns Manville. We kept building warehouses, and that led to other opportunities in the trucking side with Campbell Soup and some other companies, and it allowed us to continue to grow and diversify. Around 2007, after I just bought the business from Tom Keller, and we're soon entering a recession, we decided to move away from General Motors because they were becoming very difficult to work with in terms of their business was sliding down fast. And they'd often have us work one day and then take the next day off and have to be back working the next, the following day. And that just wasn't cutting it in our business. So we put a rate increase in, lost the business, but immediately rebounded and hauling for like John's Manville, Campbell's Soup, and some others, and converted our company to a dry van carrier. Been very successful for us. We've continued to grow the warehousing side and now have 2.5 million square feet around the country. 1 million of that's right here in Northwest Ohio. Provides some pretty good opportunities for us. We get, we get a haul out of our warehouses quite often, so everyone knows where they're starting from. Works out well. It also helps us weather the storms by having a couple different businesses. We also have a freight brokerage company, which you guys are familiar with because you haul some of our freight. Again, that helps us in diversification. If things get slow on the asset side of our trucks, we can move over and haul for our freight brokerage company. That's what I like about this acquisition. It just gives us another customer in a different sector that's going to allow everyone to stay busy. If food's down, you do automotive. Automotive's down, you do food. Those kinds of things. So. I have two young daughters. One's in college, one's in cosmetology. I don't know if the one in college is going to come work for us. She does quite a bit of stuff. In fact, she went on a sales call with Kent and I up to Venture Logistics to talk about Subaru, and it was fun having her along. And the traffic manager just melted when he saw my 20-year-old daughter there. Yep, that's Keller Logistics in a nutshell.
I got out of the Air Force in 1991. While I was in the Air Force, I did some work down in Central America with the DEA, and that's what I thought I wanted to do. So I was going to High Northern University, playing baseball, getting my criminal justice degree, and I was going to be DEA guy. Well, tore my shoulder, couldn't play baseball anymore, started dating my now wife, Dee. Thought maybe the DEA may not be the best thing for a family going forward. So I got into trucking because we all know that's the best thing for families. But anyway, moving forward, we started out with an old 87 Freightliner cab over and a 1962 Fruhoff 3-axle dump trailer. And I was in the trucking business. 5 years later, the company was Long and Cheney, came to me and said, "Hey, do you want to buy us out?" I'm like, "Heck no, I don't want to buy a trucking company." They came to me 2 weeks later. They said, "If you don't buy us out, we're closing the doors." I went to my dad, who's the president of a bank. I said, "I have an opportunity with a great group of people to do something." I said, "I'm not sure what I want to do, but I know I got something great here and I don't want to lose it." So my wife and I was like, "Okay, let's go ahead and do it." So at the time we had my one truck and 8 owner operators. That was in 2000. Right now we run 32 company trucks, 8 owner operators, and 81 trailers. And we've taken that with the current customer base that has just been a great group of customers, and that's all because of the great group of people that we have working for us. So then Brian and I, who have actually done work together now for about 6 years, decided that what can we do to make each company better? So putting that together, we came up with this idea, went to our customers. Our existing customers just loved it. Every single one of them has been on board with it just wholeheartedly and can't wait for us to seal the deal. So basically what this to do, we're trying to announce to everybody that we're doing it, and we're just, Ken Everhart and Dee Everhart are just thrilled moving forward with this merger.
Thanks guys, that was really interesting, and again, excited to see where we are moving forward. We're gonna go to Brian now and have him talk over some of the details of this merger.
Like I said in my intro, Everhart Trucking is a great truck line. You're safe, you're on time, you're reliable. So we don't see any need to change anything. You run lean on staff. So we look forward to having Kent and Dee running the business, having Kenton and Mindy and Austin and Todd and Steve, just looking forward to having the whole team continue to run the business and to grow the business. Yeah, the great thing about Everhart Trucking is since it runs so well, it's not broke. We do not feel like we have to come in and fix anything, so we don't plan on making any changes. Your pay will stay the same, the whole pay structure is the same, the way you do business is going to remain the same. The only change would be in the liability insurance side, which you guys don't see. One of the things that's restrained Kent from growing is the tough restrictions from the insurance company. We're partially self-insured, and so we have a lot of flexibility when it comes to drivers. And we still believe in running a very safe fleet. I will never compromise safety above anything, including profits. What our insurance company allows us to do is we have a very robust training program. So we're putting a lot of students through school, and then we have a finishing program, and we're producing some really great drivers. They're efficient, they're safe, very proud of our training program. This should work well to fill the 10 trucks that you guys have coming, and to get to a 50 truck fleet, this year, and give our customers what we promised them, more capacity.
So with this merger, I'm sure everyone's curious with Kent's position and what he's going to be doing moving forward with the company. Kent, could you go into some more details on what your plans are over the next couple of years?
According to what me and Brian have been talking about, is I'm going to continue to maintain on a management side with the Everhart Trucking, with the customer base, and work hand in hand daily with John and Brian himself. I'm going to be here for at least a minimum of 2 years. That's already set in stone. And if I'm having fun and we're doing the great things that I know we're capable of doing, the sky's the limit on what I'm willing to do going forward. I'm just going to continue each and every day with the customers on the sales side, and making sure that they're getting what they need when they need it, and that we're doing it just like we always have been, safely and efficiently, and making sure that the billing gets done and the paperwork gets done and the drivers get what you need when you need it. And hopefully we're just able to do this a lot more volume with capacity wise, and again, that's why we're doing this whole thing, and I'm really excited about being part of the team going forward.
In closing, I just want to thank everyone for their attention. We'll thank Kent for this great opportunity to bring the Everhart family and the Keller family together and create one big family. Thanks, Kent.
Thanks, Brian.